Hey, this is Seagrove, and today I want to talk about my cup report. I went down to Georgia for a cup. I did quite well with Entei, and the reason I chose it is because my experience in Georgia has been lots of lost box with some Guardy. Iron Entei is good in the most lost boxes. Admittedly, Giratina I think is slightly unfavored, maybe 55-45 or something, but I felt confident with the deck. I'd put a lot of games on it. This was on Saturday, the same day as LAIC Day 2, so it was cool to see Noah doing so well with it at the same time. So this was the list I used. Real quick, I want to go over sort of some of the differences. I'm playing 3 Trekking Shoes. I found that I just needed a few more cards sometimes. A lot of the reasons why I lost would be stalling out mid-game, and we saw that in the finals. What Noah's playing I really like. I like his devolution, because my 2 bad matchups, I think this deck is good, but I think its biggest strength is just it has good matchups. It's not, I don't think it has the intrinsic strength that, like, say, Gardevoir has, but it's a really good meta for this deck at the moment. I think it's solid, but just great meta right now. The 2 decks I was scared of were Charizard and Mew. Noah's version does well into Charizard because he plays the devolution TM. I didn't. You could also tech a Drapion in here, and I think you could have good matchups across the board. So I'm going to definitely be trying that out. This might just be flat out the best deck in format at that point. Anyways, this is my list. I played Trekking Shoes, and they were great. So, tournament report. First round, I played against Gardevoir. Got a Yoga Loop early. He didn't draw the best either. So, I mean, the Yoga Loop obviously helped that, but he couldn't quite get going, so I was able to take the win there. Round 2, I played against Miraidon, which is a good matchup for the deck as well. In the game where you saw Noah playing, he lost to Miraidon, but in the one game he drew well, he beat it. So that's basically what it is. If they don't stick you with a path or you don't dead draw, it's good. So you can limit your bench and still get your knockouts with Tachyon Bits, where they have to do that, they have to get Zapdos Miraidon, and they need 3 energies on Miraidon, so it's tough for them. Anyways, I was able to win that against Jalen, who's a good guy, and round 3, I played against my friend who I went there with. He was playing Zoroark, another good matchup for the deck. I got a couple Yoga Loops in early and took out both of his Ralts, so he wasn't able to get set up, and then yeah, it was basically over by that point. Then I was able to ID the next 2 rounds. Going into top 8, I saw the only 2 decks I was afraid of were Giratina and Mew. They posted the standings, and I was going to be against Mew round 1. However, they had entered in a match wrong. They put a win instead of a tie, so it shifted everything around, and it ended up being on the opposite bracket of Mew, which is good because that's basically an auto loss. But I did hit Giratina round 1, so I was playing against Giratina, and game 1 I drew better, game 2 he drew better. We go to game 3. Game 3 he is pretty even, and then he hit me with the Roxanne Path, which is why the matchup is bad. I needed to find Stadium Zard to win, and so I was really hoping for research so I could find both. I didn't look at my cards, and then right before his turn end, I peeked at him, and I had Stadium Research, so I was really excited because it felt like pretty good chance I can find either the Zard itself or one of my remaining 2 Nest Balls, I think. So draw for turn, and it was Zard. So I luck stacked that a little bit, but we take those. Next round, I played against Jalen again. He was on Miraidon again. We were talking about not being sure who goes first or second, but I thought I wanted to go first, and he chose second. So we played. I won game 1. He chose second game 2. He won game 2, or maybe it was the other way around. No, that was right. And then I chose first, and I said, I think, because we had been talking about it, I think I want to go first here because you could path me out of the game early, and I can just win if you just start Mareep or whatever. And then he goes, well, here's your dream come true. He flipped over as a Mareep, and I just got the Tachyon Bits KO before he got to go. So he's a great guy. He was really cool about it. And it was obviously happy for him to top for it. But I got to go on. So in the finals, I was playing as Alex Hill, who's a good player. He's playing Mew. He was playing the new version, though, that I didn't know about. So Mew is an auto loss. The new version is not as much. Maybe like your win rate is at least double digits. I've never beaten a Mew before. Game 1, he didn't want to put down his Shelmet because he was afraid of Tachyon Bits looping. But because of that, I was able to just keep escape roping and getting 2 prizes. So I ended up winning game 1. And then game 2, he got the Shelmet and he put the energy on it to block Tachyon Bits. And then I ended up not being able to do anything. But then game 3, he wasn't able to find the Shelmet. And so his last turn, he knocks out my Entei. And I have no attackers left because I'd prized 2 Entei. But I pulled 1 off the prizes. So I needed, he had pathed me, so I needed a path and a Zard, or a path and energy and an Entei. Or I guess a vacuum and a Zard and energy. But anyways, I escape rope, move into my Tachyon Bits with the free retreat. And then I research, but I missed it. I didn't get the attacker, so ended up passing. He was able to retreat, and he beat me. So he's a good player, and he's playing a good deck. So it was tough, but I was happy to get 40 points, and I hope you all like the list. I know Noah's is out there. I think there are some things in Noah's that are really good, especially the Devolution. I'm hoping to talk to him about it and see his opinions on some of the other cards, but I think the Trekking Shoes go a long way. A lot of times you'll have, you'll have to research other researchers away, and then it just gets tough. So I like the Trekking Shoes to connect the dots between, along with your fleet-footed between supporters. Anyways, hope you enjoyed, and hope that if you are playing this deck, it takes you far. Good luck, everybody.